Robert Pattinson has addressed the enduring criticism of the Twilight saga, reflecting on the polarizing impact of the vampire romance series that launched his career. The films, based on Stephenie Meyer's best-selling novels, followed the love story of Bella Swan, Kristen Stewart, and the brooding Edward Cullen, Pattinson, a vampire torn between love and the danger he poses to the human he adores. Debuting in 2008 and wrapping up with Breaking Dawn, Part 2 in 2012, Twilight sparked a pop culture sensation, redefined the vampire genre, and became a box office juggernaut despite being divisive among critics and audiences. In an interview with GQ Spain, translated by Games Radar Plus, Pattinson humorously reflects on the enduring dislike for the Twilight saga. The actor, who once famously criticized the movies himself, has since shifted his perspective on the backlash. Here's what he had to say what Pattinson's Twilight reflection means. From glittery vampire to Hollywood titan. Pattinson's candid remarks about Twilight show how far he's come since his early days as a teen heartthrob. The actor was 22 at the time of the first Twilight movie, which became a launching pad for his career. Unfortunately, the Twilight craze also subjected him to an obsessive fandom, while some heated viewers and critics blamed the supernatural teen dramas for reshaping the vampire genre in a less traditional direction, i.e. Edward's sparkling skin. It became a trend to hate Twilight, and Pattinson famously roasted the movies on various occasions in early interviews following Twilight. Robert Pattinson redefined his career with a series of critically acclaimed indie films, including Good Time, 2017, The Lighthouse, 2019, and The Devil All the Time, 2020. His transition to mainstream blockbusters, including Christopher Nolan's Tenet and his recent turn as Batman in Matt Reeves' The Batman, cemented his status as one of Hollywood's most in-demand talents. Next, Pattinson is set to star in Bong Joon-ho's Mickey 17, a sci-fi black comedy where he will portray multiple versions of a character capable of regeneration on an icy planet. Why Robert Pattinson's post-Twilight career shift is so notable. Pattinson now does both indie and mainstream fare. Robert Pattinson wearing an astronaut suit in High Life. Though it was undeniably his claim to fame, Twilight was not Pattinson's first on-screen role. Before playing the glistening vampire in the Meyer book adaptations, he portrayed Cedric Diggory in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire in 2005. This introduced the world to the actor in a supporting role, but the vampire series showed his potential as a leading actor. But Pattinson's foray into male lead status was not just in any movie but an enormously popular series adaptation. One of the most fascinating elements of Pattinson's career is how he blends his indie work with his mainstream content. Though he has been in several artistic and out-there works such as High Life, the actor is unafraid of major blockbuster movies, as is the case for The Batman and Tenet. He is the inverse of others in his generation, like Timothée Chalamet, who began in indie and then broke into the mainstream. Still, Pattinson seems unbound by the typical mainstream indie divide that puts pressure on many actors. Both Twilight and Harry Potter can take some of the credit for Pattinson's unique career arc. However, his involvement in indie work gradually proved that Pattinson is one of the most versatile actors in the industry. This allows the actor to be more flexible, and to work with some of the most talented directors, whether blockbuster mainstays like Nolan, indie darlings like Robert Eggers, or internationally acclaimed helmers like Bong. Our take on Pattinson's Twilight comments. Twilight made him famous, but Pattinson made himself a star. Robert Pattinson as Edward Cullen smirking in Twilight. As such, Pattinson is right to shut down the Twilight haters. As much criticism as the movie gets, audiences did not hate the Twilight saga when it came to ticket sales. All 5 movies within the franchise made hundreds of millions of dollars, creating a multi-billion-dollar, international sensation. Even if there were millions of fans, there were enough supporters to make Twilight a financial success and catapult Pattinson's career. That it's rare for an actor to evolve so drastically from their breakout role, but Pattinson has achieved just that. As the mania has died down, Pattinson has been able to think fondly of Edward Cullen as a character that earned him global recognition. From glittering vampire to indie darling and blockbuster star, it's clear Pattinson has only scratched the surface of his potential. Whether you loved or hated Twilight, there's no denying that it's one of the reasons we get to witness this remarkable phase of Pattinson's career today.